Greetings once again, heroes, villains. Oh, and a very special greeting to Agent Wraith, who has somewhat insulted me as of late, claiming that my lab looks like a basement in New Jersey. Well, sir, does this look like a basement in New Jersey? Although, technically, I am in New Jersey, and the lab is subterranean, so it's kind of, you know what? Moving on. You may remember recently, well, a little bit longer ago than recently, I set forth a quest for all of you to ask me questions, and it honestly did not take very long for a question to come in. One came in almost immediately, but it turned out to be such a difficult question that it has taken me this long to find an answer. On the internet, I have been asked by Miscellaneous, "Dear Professor, which came first, the superhero or the supervillain?" Now, I must apologize for the delay in answering your question, Miscellaneous, but you see, this was extremely difficult. It took a large amount of research in order to even begin to answer this question. Firstly, I had to define the terms. So then, what makes a hero? What makes a superhero? Is it superpowers? Can't be. Because Batman is considered a superhero, and yet he has no superpowers other than vast quantities of money and time. So if it's not powers that define what makes a hero, then what is it? I believe that the definition of a superhero is one that spends a large majority of their time, more so than any normal person would, to do dramatic acts for the betterment of their society. Granted, some heroes are better at this than others, and some, of course, fail miserably, but the intent is still there, thus earning them a title in that grouping of superheroes. So then, what makes a villain? Well, this is an even easier one to answer. A villain would just be the opposite of a hero. He would be one that uses the majority of their time, again, much more than any normal person would, in order to go against public opinion. Now, some would be doing this for their own personal gain, some would be doing this to create their own version of a utopia, some would do this for the advancement of science, and some would do it just for the thrill of pissing somebody off. Now, having defined the terms, I began my research. I began looking through history to find examples of heroics and villainy throughout time, and what I found was startling, to say the least. I found these two sides have existed longer than writing itself. In fact, looking at nature, you can see the examples of it happening within the animal kingdom. Well, this revelation put me into a little bit of a bind. You see, how is it possible to find the earliest examples of heroics and villainy when the two have existed longer than history itself? Well, there was only one answer. Time travel. So, what I did was I found some of Lord Malignance's Malignobots scurrying around the grounds here, so I captured 2 or 3 or so, repurposed them, reprogrammed them, and launched them back in time. Their mission is to find the earliest examples of heroes and villains throughout time, and to report their findings back to me. I am just waiting on the last one to arrive. I, of course, had to stagger their arrivals so they don't appear on top of each other and cause some sort of world-ending explosion. And the last one should be arriving here just about now. Let me move you out of the way so you don't get hurt, and just stand back. Right about now. 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 Crap. It hasn't returned yet. That means it is stuck in the past. Keep it together, Obsidian. You know how to fix this. Alright. So the repurposed Malignobot is stuck in the past, and it may, if it doesn't get back, it may change history itself. It may have already done so. And I just wouldn't have noticed because I'm this far ahead in the timeline. Alright. If any of you out there see any sudden changes, please do not panic. I will have this under control soon enough. Or I may destroy space-time as we know it. So wish me luck. I'm a bird now, aren't I? This must be how Fong feels. According to this, self-preservation would have evolved before altruism anyway. So supervillain would have come first. I don't need to send anything back in time after all.